Hey guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about how we can access the class attributes from instance. Let's just see the example of that how we can access that. The attributes of the class are functions object that defines corresponding method of its instance. And you can use to implement access control of the class as well. Here in this lecture, I will use get attribute, has attribute, set attribute, and get and delete attributes in this lecture, and you will see that how we can access these kinds of attributes with the help of classes. Like here I have the class name which is car. Okay, then here I'm just providing like car name which is equal to, I just write the car name here is Ford. Then the color of the car here is white, and then the model here is, I just write that which is equal to 2020. Hope so you understand now. Now here I just creating the function. So let's suppose this function is for display, and that is displaying, or I'm sorry, display one, that is displaying the self attribute. So self as a parameter, and then here I just write print, and the print here is self dot name, and then here I will write self dot color, and then that will print self dot model. Okay, now here you can see. Then I'm just creating, let's suppose object here, this is C which is equal to, I just write car. Okay, let's just run this code right now, and you will see that this program is running completely right now. Now at first stage I'm just using get attribute right here. What is get attribute? The get attribute will run at that stage when the function is used to access the attribute of an object. As you can see here, this function is using the attributes of the object right here. You can see that, which is C car, and then here you can see that I am just using that with print, and the print here is, you can see that I write get attribute. So here I'm just using the function attributes where I just write C, and C which is, you can see that I just write that this is just in name right here. So as you can see, I just write inside this print method, and then here you can see that when I just run this, so you can see here instead of like C dot, then here I just write, let's suppose C dot name. Okay, instead of that we use here get attributes where I just simply call that object and get the name of that attribute. So this is how we can get the attribute. So get attribute will run at that stage when the function is used to access the attribute of an object. Now let's just talking about has attribute. The has attribute is used when it is checked if the attribute is exist or not, or has attributes is running at that stage when the has attribute method return the true if an object has the given name attributes, which is given attributes, and false if it is not, or if it is does not exist. So let's just check that has attribute. So this is has attribute where I just get C dot name. So that will return true if the object has attribute. You can see that that is returning true just because of our object is available right here. Okay, now after this I am just setting some of the attributes again. So I just write that this is set attribute. So what does set attribute, or what does set attribute do right here? So this function is used to set an attributes if the attribute does not exist. Okay, when it would be created. So that is creating a new attribute as well right here. Let's suppose I just write C. Okay, and let's suppose C here is, you can say that this is just I'm writing, let's suppose the name, and the name here is, I just write that, or I just write model. Okay, and the model here is, I am just writing the model here is 2015. Run this code, so you can see here that is showing the option which is none right here, because that is showing me that like none, just because of here we just not getting the output right here. Let's suppose C dot, I just write that this is model. So here you can see that that will update my model into 2020 to 2015. So let's just see. So you can see here I'm just getting the model, so my model is changed right here, which is 2015 right here. So this is how set attributes do. Now at the last I am just writing get attribute. So here you can see that I am just writing print, and the print here is get attribute, where I just write C1 or C1, and here I just get, let's suppose, the color. Okay, or sorry, this is only C. So I'm just getting the color right here. So just run this code and you can see here this is getting the attributes right here. So that will return the value of the attributes, which is named as the color right here. Hope so you understand now. Now after this you can see here I just also delete that attribute with print, and print here is delete attributes, and attributes here is I just write C, and C here is I am just deleting the model from that. So here you can see that, and here I just write print, and the print here is C. So as you can see that is printing C dot name, then C dot I just write model, and then C dot color. When I just run this code, so you can see here. Okay, why this? Because we are providing the two values right here, which is like suppose this is 2020 and 2015 as well. So that will delete only one value, which is 2015, and that is show me the output like this. Hope so you understand now. If you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture, that how you can work with accessing attributes and the methods in Python. If you find any of the problem regarding this lecture, please let me know, and thanks for watching this lecture.